All right, let's get this started. First pro fight of the night is now walking out. Yeah, I don't have the tickers made yet for this fight card. And a busy work day, so I'm gonna get those started up now. Um, right now, we have one of the Tampa Gracie South guys walking out. The Billy Q team, mullet power, so should be a fun one. Yeah, Matthew Allison of Gracie Tampa South. He'll be facing Eve Nelson. So it's a 1-0 bantamweight versus a pro debut atomweight. Uh, Eve Nelson at a combat club out of Palm Beach, Florida. Again, pro debut. Only the stream itself, though, is about laggy tonight. So thankfully, when we go live on Fight Pass in an hour, does get a bit better. I think the OnlyFans RTSP is just a little laggy. Where's the back of that? All right, so first fight is the Matty Ice Allison versus Eve Nelson, the first pro debut, the first pro fight of the night. Heard a lot about this Matty Ice guy. Haven't seen him live, be it on stream or in person, but I know there's been a lot of talk about this kid. Let's try to get the Eric McMahon as the referee. First assignment of the night, I believe. Eric McMahon does the podcast with John Morgan. Kate's has John Morgan. Also made his UFC / Las Vegas debut 2 weeks ago with Dana White Contender Series. Of course, something happened and then my stream cut out, so that was cool. Yeah, Matty Ice is he's gonna get this stoppage. I'm not sure who got knocked down because of the lag, because OnlyFans is terrible for prelims. And fight's over. Matty Ice gets the fight done in about 57 seconds. They might call it at 58. So it looks like Neve Nelson may have had an issue with the wraps you've seen people use. That's on the fighter, though. It's approved by the commission, and if you wear them and you have an issue with them, that is on you. It's not on them. Yeah, see, John, I didn't even see the knockdowns. Like, I really hate OnlyFans prelims. They are so laggy, and more importantly, on my end at least, like I don't like the fact that when you are on mobile, you can't like hover the picture. I don't know how it works on like iPhone, but on Android, usually you do videos, you like full screen and you swipe it, you can like picture in picture it. That doesn't work on there. Um, just nonstop lags as well. And I'm on a gigabit connection. Like I should not have any lags on anything. And yeah, it's just I understand promotions getting paid to do the OnlyFans prelims, but it's such a pain in the ass. Like even now, I hear him basically saying like stand the fuck up, and then it lags out. Don't know what he's saying. Don't know if he's not getting off the stool. Yeah, and that's the issue. Like it's not even good quality. Um, and like I don't understand it because ideally it would run the same way as here, where you just kind of run it as an RTSP and it feeds right into it. That's how when I pushed these in millions, I do it the same way to millions. Essentially, it's how this is even pushed to YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. It's ran all the same way. But yeah, like again, how do you talk about it and then I'm frozen again? I fucking hate OnlyFans prelims. Um, so prelims are on onlyfans.com/CFFC MMA. So you do have to have a card on file because again, there's another issue with OnlyFans prelims. Um, I mean, outside of the fact that like OnlyFans is for ass and tits, it's not for fights. So it's just a whole pain in the ass from top to bottom. Um, even when I do these, I even debate just skipping the entire prelims because it's just not fun. It's not worth the hassle. And yeah, as you're seeing in the chat too, main card is on Fight Pass. Um, like Fight Pass, you can usually find those elsewhere as well. Similar to like the bigger promotions on Fight Pass, like LFA, CFFC, even Fury, you can usually find those elsewhere if you're looking. But your best bet is to just use Fight Pass. I mean, it's like $10. Um, and I mean, it's worth it for the $10, but it's not worth it. You can't sell me on these OnlyFans prelims. I don't like anything about them. Like I'm already lagging just on this Paul Felder promo. It makes no fucking sense. I thought they said we have one more prelim. I don't know if they're moving Will Tarpley to the main card. There has not been an updated. At least I haven't seen an updated fight card because I know we did lose one prelim and we lost the main event, and that's the thing. And I'm not even hating on the fact that promotions have gone the OnlyFans route. They're paying very well for these promotions to do it on here. It's just the user experience is piss poor. It's not even counting the fact that there's only 200 people watching it right now. Look at any LFA YouTube prelim. There's always more than 200 people watching it. And from the fighter side, the amount of fighters I've talked to who like they hate having to tell their friends like you have to sign up for OnlyFans to watch me fight. It's just not friendly across the board at all. And try mentioning it on Twitter. Try mentioning that you're watching prelims on OnlyFans and let me know how many of the bots that Elon has fixed message you and tweet you and like it and push everything to it. It's the worst platform for anything fight related. So, I mean, again, it's already freezing. It's the most frustrating thing possible. It also would be great if I could see if we are doing. I mean, it's 8:15 now. Main card starts at 9. You could probably fit both remaining prelims on the prelims. Um, I'm just waiting to see. Just kind of running through to see if I can find any comments about the fight card. No. So they are promoting the exactly, and this is the big deal. Like, I get it what they're trying to do. They're trying to be a creator space, and it's nice. It's great. Um, no, it's not. It's for porn. Or I think it makes sense for your fighters like Kay Hansen. That makes sense. Even like if you're a female fighter, it makes sense to maybe have a page because even if you post the same stupid shit you post on Instagram, it's going to build your following, and that's all these promotions care about now is basically your following, what you bring, what eyeballs you bring, and then finally it comes down to your talent in the cage, not talent behind a camera. And just nonstop freezing. Sounded like Ace Fieldo was there. That was kind of fun. Even cooler because now it just went black. Even better. So cool. Super fun. Do I not have the whole like follow? Ooh. Non-stop fucking lag. Jesus Christ. Lopez Hernandez. Where's that one at? Brandon Lopez. I have it that one. Which, by the way, sickest haircut of the night, Brandon Lopez. Um, I wish I was using like OBS right now to kind of like pull up a picture of it. It is one of the coolest things I've seen. His barber is really cool too. He offered to give me a cool cut, but I explained to him it's not possible. But yeah, I might as well just like watch like, a replay and Fight Pass. This constant lag is pathetic. So at the start of the main card, they're going to explain what happened. Um, I'll fill in if they don't explain everything. It's going to come down to if they do a PR spin on this or not. The guy behind me that keeps fading in and out of view, that guy right there, he missed weight by 9 pounds. In case you wondered why the main event is different, he missed weight by 9 pounds. That's an entire weight class. Um, you figure on this card is actually behind me. That's blurry. He missed weight by 1.8 pounds. Um, which I forget if that was the with the 1 pound allowance. So if on the regionals title fights, you do get a 1 pound allowance. But I don't recall if he came in at 136.8 or 137.8. But he missed weight last time, lost his belt. He got this fight. He came in 9 pounds over, and then his opponent that was scheduled for tonight, Tariq, Ismail, he offered to still take the fight. The only requirements that he asked for were it's obviously a one-sided title fight. If Tariq were to win, he would get the belt. If Vilson were to win, there would be no belt given, as well as a hydration clause. Meaning, as of at fight night, he could not weigh more than 149 pounds for a 135 contract weight. You figure most of these guys are cutting like 10 to 15 pounds. I don't know what Tariq walks around at. I only really talked to the guy. I talked to the guy for the first time today. Did invite him on here, but he's actually at the fight tonight. And yeah, that was the whole thing. As far as I'm aware, he didn't ask for any money. He didn't ask for anything. Tariq Ismail trained up at TriStar up in Montreal. So you mean he's flying down to Tampa, Florida for this fight, and now has no fight. He went live with his side of the story this morning. I woke up to it via a message from Tyler from Basement MMA, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Vilson continued to promote the fight as if it was happening until an hour or two prior to the card. I don't know if that's when he was informed this shit is not happening. He did his post by basically putting the blame on the opponent, which again, the opponent accepted it with very simple requirements. And yeah, so that's not happening. We do get Will Rentz. Will Rentz is like one of the main training partners for Billy Q. It's great seeing him because I think this is his fourth or fifth fight with CFFC. He's 3-1. Only losses to Frank Wells at lightweight. He's supposed to be the co-main. He's been the prelim most of the recent times. If he is main card, it's like the main card opener. So he was moved to the co-main, and now he's the main event. He also has a change of opponent. He was supposed to fight Corey Samuels, and now he's fighting Combati Global's Chris Verdes. So slightly better fight. All right, so we do have one more prelim on here. So they did move, which I'm assuming will be the Lopez Willie Tarpley fight. Willie Tarpley's he's been around for a while. But the main card itself, even with the loss in the main event, is a really good main card. Especially since we won't have the stupid lag. It is also interesting that with that, as I'm saying about the whole weight issue, that Vilson has not only he's turned off comments on his post now as well. I guess I could do this. So I think these posted both. That is Vilson's side of the story. This is Tariq. All right, so we do get the big Camacho fight. We get Eminem. Without me for the walkout for Camacho. I can't even get the walkout music. That keeps lagging too. That's fun. Yeah, you can maybe hear it. Probably lagging like crazy because it's OnlyFans. All right. A Bantamweight. I mean, it's. I'm still lagging like crazy. I know you can change the stream type. I'm gonna see if that fixes it. If I move to like an LL HTTPS. I believe this is the one that I was told to keep an eye on. Yeah. So Argenis Castro, pro debut. He trains down at Death War, as you can see from all their shirts. The Death War is the likes of Max Quinones, Brandon Lewis, who's in the corner. Now that explains why Brandon told me to keep an eye on this fight. This is one that Brandon felt very comfortable, very big on. He basically said that he was looking forward to the fight that fell off. It was Devin Flores versus Elijah Garcia, I believe. Elijah Garcia pulled out yesterday morning, if I recall, if not Wednesday night. But he made a point to say keep an eye out for Castro's pro debut. From here, we do probably head to a break and then bounce back at 9 on the dot for actual weight pass streams. Because in between that break, I guess if you're going to get the banner set up correctly, um, all the fun stuff. It's a weird saying Jason Lederman kind without a beard. I forget if the Death Warrior. I think we had a Death War guy earlier in the card already too. I don't know if he won or not. But this is it. Pro debuts against both sides. David Camacho versus Argenis Castro. And I don't know if anyone follows like CFFC on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. This new venue is actually really nice. I don't know how it's set up with the actual like layout, but it looked huge when they were building the cage last night. I don't know if you're watching, but out in Korea, appreciate the subscribe on YouTube. Oh, no, you're in the chat. Alden just got he won his last fight over at LFA against Aaron Lafarge. Great knee, great placement of the knee. Was really curious how the fight was going to go. Really good fight. So thank you again for subscribing. Yeah, I mean, I think it's where it should be. I mean, a pro debut should be about against basically a 1-0 or an 0-1. If not, if you can do a debut versus debut is the best part. That way you're not really hurting anyone. So I guess it's a good question, Alan, if you're still in here. One, hope I'm saying the name correctly as well. Um, was that a title eliminator? Were there any talks? I guess they have a Brazilian fighting for the title next. Is there any talk of you being next? We got Camacho up now. Go that. Brandon Lopez versus I think it's Jesus Hernandez. Can I not duplicate? Zach is the worst. He is. Zach makes this sport fucking terrible. There's Camacho. I mean, both of these guys are potential. I've heard of David Camacho. I don't recall if I've seen his. I mean, really nice takedown. No, I've not seen any of them. I don't know where I know Camacho's name from, but yeah, really nice, really nice showing from the Death Ward prospect. Looks like he's trying to go for the high clinch to get the little knees going. Spinning back this attempt. Yeah, it's really nice on both sides too. Not even just one sided. Um, it's going to be biased, and I was told from one of the Death War guys to keep an eye on Castro. Camacho's looking just as great. Ooh, I think we're going to get to the second round now. Yeah, really fun. Um, that knee, to give an idea too, because I think technically his knee was down when he got kneed, but that was during a shoot. So that would be him causing the down part, not like he wasn't like downing himself. So yeah, that was a real nice. I think easily you give that round to uh, Castro. And to give an idea, let's see. I mean, you say pro debut, but Castro was 4-3 in this Ammy, and Camacho's 8-5. So they have a decent amount of uh, definitely, it's their pro debut, but they both are nearing double digits. I mean, Castro or Camacho is at like 13 Ammy heights, but only on the porn site they are saying basically they're expecting a TKO in the second round. I think it's lining up. Um, yeah, that was a fun first round, and of course now it's lagging, so yay for OnlyFans. So, fun first round. Definitely the. I mean, there's been quick finishes so far on the Emmys. Macho's really starting to fire back with some deep kicks. Yeah, I mean, I think Camacho's coming back the right way. Don't post your arm, Jesus Christ! Going for the armbar. Not getting it. No, shouldn't believe you. Just say that you're looking at guys in underwear. It's a good way to sign up for OnlyFans. Good showing so far. I mean, it's still not as great of a showing yet in the round as Castro had in round one. Um, you know, halfway through round two, we are about to get even. But I will say, Castro does look like he's wasting energy trying to get back up. He's getting, I mean, he gets to his feet, but then Camacho gets him right back down. Camacho going with the and right back to the ground again. Yeah, I mean, if you told me this would be a Camacho round after how round one finished, wouldn't have believed it. But minute left in round two. This little like bottom round fest. We've seen a lot of contender series fights, not as good as this. Yeah, that's the thing too. But yet they still got contracts. Like this was, it started off as a really good season of contender series, and then it just turned into basically how cheap can we make our cards? Oh, arm is strapped. Arm is done. 30 seconds. Yeah, he's out. And what is next at 135? Um, 135. I mean, if you look at this card alone does have a lot of 135. These two are doing good showings. Obviously, not going to be in the title picture. Um, the Matty Ice fight prior to this one was nice. I think Matty Ice showed that he lives up to the hype, but he is now 2-0. Are looking at one or two fights there. I'm giving Tariq Ismail the title shot again. So it's more so like who do you give it to? I am not wasting my time if I am a matchmaker for the promotion. This guy's gone. This guy's a 145er. You're moving back up. If you win, you win. If not, there's other promotions that you can go to. You figure Vilson has fought for Art of War. He's fought for Triton. Triton is now Flex. Go back to one of those. Um, you're saying from June until now, that was almost 4 months to the day. And he not only missed weight, but he missed weight by 9 pounds. So I'm curious to see how badly they explain it on their end. So, I mean, you got an even fight now going to the third. Camacho is like really advancing. Nice right from Castro. Camacho is still kind of controlling the cage. So, yeah, lots of good fights this season with the contracts. Couturier seems to connect for the fight results. Yeah, this is where my feeling with our contender series. You figure last year the whole thing was B. Joe Pyfer. That card, you had a Dennis Bazooka on that card. You had a couple. I think there's like 2 other people on that card that were basically right on the verge. And the only one who got a contract was Joey because he got the finish. Now Joey did fight Ozzy Albiz or Albies, which was like a LFA champion at the time, I believe. So I mean that win was good. And he's done. He's had a great career so far in the UFC. But this year, I mean, the guy who lost, who was showboating, like you don't get a contract because you showboat it while getting your ass handed to you. I don't care at the guy. I can't even tell you his name. I don't. Medina, I think his name is. It's only because I think Gooden, I think, called him like Funky Old Medina, which is the only way I remember it. So here's the thing now. So the unified heavyweight champions fights at light heavyweight in 2 weeks. UFL, a couple guys in the UFL or other promotions now as well. I haven't asked Harrison Rogers what happened there yet. I mean, you figure you had Bill Caracappa that was in the tournament lose. I believe I was told the contracts are supposed to be if you lose the tournament, you go to freedom fights. That way you still keep the insurance and all. So I don't know if that just isn't a thing. Since I haven't heard freedom fights since the UFL launched. I don't think it makes sense to do freedom fights anymore. But yeah. The third round is a lot more close, a lot closer than I thought it would be. Yeah, more soon on that front. I think we just have to figure out what cards are worth it for both of us to be on here. This one was supposed to be a million stream, but I never got the copy from them. And Castro might get this. Nope, he's out. He's out. Jeez. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot more with me and Ron's basement soon. Especially, I mean, just to give an idea, I know like we put it on both our streams. On my end, I think I'm at like 230. I mean, obviously, you don't really get a lot of like fight companion watches post event. We'll try to figure out the game plan there. If I keep it live, or do I hide it after a week or so? Kind of feel like you have to kind of assume you have like the. I know some fighters have gone back and watched it on either of our streams as well. So, but no, we after that first round we are at a decision. Optics wise, you have to kind of lean Camacho. I do think that if you're basing on who was closest to a finish, Castro had that armbar in, but definitely an optics one here. Where I'm also not. I have like a hair in my nose that's bothering me. That's why you keep seeing me kind of go at it. I don't want to go like knuckle deep to try to fix it. I think this is gonna go split. We're gonna go 29-28, 29-28, 28-29, or the other way. 'Cause Camacho is blue. I think we are gonna get the Camacho win here. Castro, great debut. There are gonna be things that he's gonna notice that he can kind of like bounce to. Well, it's not even it's not even the brain. So it's like it's connected to it, my mustache. So it's like literally right here. I can right here. I'm actually pulling it. Um, yeah, this is. I don't think this is going to go unanimous. There we go. I'm usually free. So I like when fighters like have like a uniform at their gym, like the law school MMA guys down in Memphis. Brian has that whole like entire like fight kit for them. Oh, unanimous. Matcha. Yeah, can't hate the decision. I would have thought one judge may have decided with Castro, but and speaking of UFL, there's a UFL fighter right there, Brandon Lewis in the cage. So makes sense to do this post fight interview. We're live on Fight Pass in 10 minutes. I'm gonna take a break to kind of fix that little nose hair and kind of get some of these banners set up for down below so that you can kind of know what fight is going on. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. We are back. That main card is about to start up. We will have a little bit of a lead in. They're going to obviously talk about the missed weight, the adjustment to the top of the card, all the fun part of what goes into being a MMA promotion. I do like the fact that so much improved. It's kind of as if like Fight Pass is a real service and not made for porn videos. So Friday the 13th, we we're going on now, mentioning the main event. So they're doing the right thing. 143.3 pounds. So that's not really 9 pounds. CM Punk, I don't know if you ever catch that. He always wears a pin. He does have a Freddy Krueger, or not Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees pin on tonight for Friday the 13th. So it is kind of interesting that they're spending time talking about this and not showing any love to the walkout. Because John Lopez is in the cage already. So, yeah. So, 5-fight main card. We got Willie Tarpley versus John Lopez. Brandon Lopez, no relation, versus Jesus Hernandez. Cedric Gunnison versus Julio Cesar Chaves, not the boxer. Alonzo Turner versus CJ LaFragola. Did the last name. Boom. First try. And then I forget who's Harrington's first name versus Morquez Flores. Morquez Flores put on what was possibly the CFFC fight of the year. Would have been Fight Pass fight of the year, but then Loof versus Riley happened at Cage Warriors, and holy fuck. So, Willie Tarpley, 37 years old, 6'4", 262 pounds, 3-3 record versus John Lopez, 32 years of age, 6'4", 257.4, and a 1-0 record. Willie's been out for a little bit, if I recall. I meant to go back and watch. He posts on his Instagram about something about being away for 15 years, and I was like, that makes sense to me because I know I've seen him fight in like Philly. So I don't know what he meant by that, but he is returning after a little bit of a layoff, and it's heavyweight, so it doesn't really matter. Whoever connects first is going to win. And speaking of heavyweight, we get a question from Tyler: is Greg Velasquez still under contract or no? As far as my understanding, he is still under. I would not be surprised to see him fight in December. I've heard some rumors that there's like multi titles on, like multiple. By multiple, I mean like 4. In December, I don't know if that 4 counts things such as next gen titles. Usually in Atlantic City, we don't really see a lot of Ammys. It's usually just pros from top to bottom. There are a lot of titles that are vacant right now, so you could easily do forward without any issue. Uh, this guy has like the most random tattoos. Big for nothing is a really interesting nickname. Willie Tarpley also is a rapper. As far I didn't hear his walkout song because they're a little too busy kind of running down the main card. Um, Not a bad rapper, not your normal current trend style rap. Uh, uh, Eric McMahon as the referee, nice little setup. So Eric McMahon's nice. Eric is a little bit of a rundown, gets a little bit of leash. Did catch him give a nice little quote that he said. It was this week's K-Type John Morgan podcast. Um, you mentioned it, um, McDonald, referee McDonald, whose first name I can't recall, um, made a when he was teaching working with him at a show. He kind of explained to him to be close enough to stop the fight, but far enough to be able to not stop a fight. So you'll see Eric give a lot of room for improvement, as well as a lot of advantages. Eric has fought before. He, I believe, has an undefeated record in MMA. He has said himself, not the best level of competition, but he has been a fighter, and he still grapples. Also was the Memphis Grizzlies mascot for a while as well. Eric Man, really good follow. Uh, Big for nothing gets a big for nothing takedown. Um, Tarpley not really doing much. Tarpley's back up. Illegal. Illegal league. Yep. Um, Very illegal kick. Very illegal kick. As you saw, Eric McMahon like that barely connected. He was already in there. Yeah, I mean it's not a knee. It's like a shocker kick, but and as a reminder, John Lopez is only 1-0. Willie has 3-3. Um, Willie does seem a little. I don't want to say concerned, but he is definitely cautious, which is weird to see him kind of like have this like shit talking style in the cage. Also, I forgot also that fight pass lets you do picture in picture, so I can easily have this up. Younger the fighter, slightly. I think it was like a 30. I think Willie is 34, and John is like 32. I'm curious too because like that was an obvious illegal kick. Um, in my opinion, I guess because it didn't really, he didn't go down. Maybe that's why a point wasn't taken. That's definitely like a hard warning, but nice body kick. I think John wants to get this back to the ground. Lopez, that is. If if Willie can time a knee when he shoots, It'd be an interesting connection. It'd be actually one of the contender series style of connections, I think, because you have heavyweight. It's a lot of weight coming in and then the knee going up. But so 3.5 minutes in, this is looking, like a heavyweight fight. I have a feeling the second and third rounds are going to be painful. Actually, and I was wrong. Tarpley is actually 37 years old. He's out of Death War as well. I don't know if he's still at Death War. His last fight was last November against Yilmaz Wildman. Outside of that, he did lose to Greg Velasco back in 2021. But yeah, not looking too good. But if he showboats enough, he would get a UFC contract on Contender Series. That's all that matters. So, I don't understand the showboating. I do. I don't know. Lopez does keep going back to his cup, so I wonder if he has like a shitty holder and it's shifting. So I would expect between this round, McMahon's going to give a hard warning again to Tarpley about that kick, the watches, weapons. I would also kind of expect him to kind of mention too, let's not just stand. Let's actually give a fight. Like it looked good with the shoot from Lopez. It looked good. If that knee was not down, that would have been a nice head kick. It seems once that happened, like Willie just did not want to really do anything. And yeah, and I agree with that too. Like Lopez does look tired. And it's not heavyweight tired. It looks like he looks like a guy who was doing all the most of the work for 5 minutes. So going in the second round, I would give the first round to Lopez. So Willie is down 1-0 on my card at least. We've only seen, I think, the judges once tonight so far. Yeah, it seems to be an agreement. Lopez 10-9. Like, this is a special where this made sense on the prelims. Of course, now it's on the main card. We all lose because of it. Again, we're just staring at each other. I wonder if Tarpley knows you don't get points for talking. And this is another one too. Fighters do not call timeouts for cup hits. It's based on the referee. Was a little bit of a and even the back of the head. Willie's the one leaning in, so it's not based on that. I can't really get into that, but yeah, and done. That's heavyweights for you. So do we got to give credit to the Fight Pass team? Fight Pass did make a comment about the great time they reminded you that NCAA wrestling is coming to Fight Pass. That was based on John Lopez's shoot on um, Willie. So yeah, little bit Tarpley was running for that. He seemed to be looking for a counter. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been about a year of him being on the sidelines. That was like it's heavyweights. Hey, Joey, how's it going? So, do want to talk to you about a few of your live stream things. I want to increase this a lot, and I love a lot of the shit that you're doing. Um, big for nothing. Yeah, that's, like I said, there's some stupid ass names. I don't want to diss the nickname itself because I'm sure it means something to the kid. But yeah, big for nothing went big for nothing. So shout out to Manny the photographer, great guy. Gave me this sweet ass shirt last time I ran it, or last year when I ran into him. Has a nice little breast cancer awareness pin on his hat as well. Uh, yeah, good start of the card. Can't really hate on it. Yeah, I mean, there's a thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really trying to shit on the guy. It's just like there's some bad nicknames in MMA, and yeah, that was one of them. So next up, we do have Brandon Lopez versus Jesus Hernandez, welterweight bout. Brandon Lopez is a CFFC regular, especially when they're in Tampa. He is 6-6. Jesus Hernandez is 2-3. I recall off the top of my head, Brandon's last fight was against Julio Cesar Chaves, not the boxer, and that was Julio's. I think maybe his US debut. Um, he may have done a grappling, I think, for Titan FC, but both of these, I can't remember. I don't think I've ever seen Jesus Hernandez off the top of my head, and wait till you see Brandon's hair. He has a really sweet shave. I think the right side is like a blood drip, and the left side is a machete from Friday the 13th with the 13 engraved into it. Um, just want to you can see the blood drip from the angle now, but yeah, definitely shout out to Tampa Bay Barber, Turbo Mo. What is his other names? Mo Fatastic. So yeah, really cool setup. If you're into any of that, seems to be Brandon's like go-to guy. But yeah, Mo Fatastic on Instagram, Moefade tastic. Really cool guy. Had a nice little chat with the guy when they first shared the hair. You know, you don't really get a lot of rooms to kind of like showcase yourselves on walkouts, especially. At least like on the regional, you have some room. So he did a really cool promo video for the fight card. in the hockey mask with blood dripping and like beating up the bag mixed with the shave. You'll see another one tonight. Morquez Forest. He usually does clovers on the side of his head. His nickname is Black Clover, but yet his clovers are green. I'm curious if he does that way, if he does a breast cancer ribbon, because he did have for his way ins. He did have a ribbon painted on his face. But yeah, Jesus Hernandez up next. July that had to be July was Tampa as well. Yeah, Jesus. I don't know if it's Jesus or Hernandez, Jesus or Jesus, but yeah, we should be getting. We have what about two? Next fight is Cedric Gunnison, so we'll probably get the Rob Haydak talk probably after the next fight, if not after the LaFragola fight. Um, I have a feeling it will be a little touching again on the weightness in the main event. I hope they give Tariq a little airtime. Not, I mean, he's there. He still came to the fights tonight. Let him speak his shit. I did extend the Tariq Ismail for this stream. Just because I thought it'd be nice to hear his views on his opponent missing weight by 9 pounds. But I'm sure we'll get prob. I know it's already been announced, so there is a card in December. I think we get an official announcement for there maybe a fight or two. One of the rare times I don't really have much insight there. I have a couple ideas of who might be on it. Actually, I know a couple people who are on it. I just don't know who they're fighting. And probably a touch on the Tunica card in 2 weeks that is basically fully laid out. Angry Elephant. Did get to learn who they were. They are a tattoo parlor down in like the Tampa area. So this fight should be good. I think it is a layup. Not to be mean, but I think this is a win given fight for Brandon. I mean, especially when you look at the fact that Brandon has 12 fights, Hernandez has 5. And it's actually even funnier because I mean, technically, I should have that one no contest listed as well in his record, but fight finally starting. This little leg kick by Hernandez right out of the gate. I'm actually surprised to see Lopez in the blue side. Would have thought he would have been A side on this one. Gets to shoot, right down to the ground. Nice little wrist control, pushing away from the cage so he can't really scuttle up the side. Wrist control, going for the like ground and pound, the ground like uppercuts. It's just a weird setup because he's technically also he's not only he's controlling the wrist, but he's also locking his own arm under the body of Hernandez. I do like the fact that Brandon's shorts do look like jeans. It's a fancy little setup over there. Don't have a Phillies beer, so we'll go with the grease the poles for the Eagles. Ooh. He's not. There you go. Yeah, I mean, no sense to let your right arm be getting twisted while your left arm's under your opponent's body. Nice position for elbows, though. Yeah, that's the thing. And he was letting his arm just stay under the guy's body too. So I mean, nice little pressure on the not really a hold or submission attempt, but applying pressure to like I don't even know what vein that would be. It's not anything major. Like it's not a blood choke or anything, but he would really do well here, um, getting out of the side and probably going mount. Because then when he goes from mount, when he goes to get out, he'll give it his. Because what he's getting now, I think Chris. I, I don't. That's the thing. Like I don't think he's really setting anything up here. I think he's trying to get into like a head and arm choke, where he's at now. Like those knees are better. Those knees are going to hit right into like your lower rib. But I would step over with the left leg into mount, or at least try to at least get like 3/4. You're basically going to have your opponent then turn and give up his back and just grab the neck. Figure Brandon Lopez out of his 6 wins, 1 by TKO, 3 by sub, 2 by decision. Where like, yeah, like Hernandez looks like he's making better movement from the bottom. Um, he's able to mount up. Like I would be shoving those knees right into Hernandez's left lower rib. That's very breakable. Because if we're being honest, he didn't really do much damage from this position. I don't think it was enough to give Hernandez the round. I mean, he has. I wouldn't even count them as submission attempts, but he's tweaking the arms a lot better than what Brandon has done so far. Where's the mount? Yeah, I don't know why it took 4 minutes and 40 seconds to even really get that going. You're not getting a finish here. Yeah, he threw 2. One landed, but one kind of like um, Hernandez was also kind of doing his own kicks as well. So yeah, I mean you get the takedown, so you credit him for the takedown. He had the control. The effective grappling, I would go Hernandez, but I think the main issue for round 2 now is Jesus has to get something in the start of this round. Get that any respect possible. I mean, this is where fighters do get caught because after that round, like Brandon knows he's in control. Don't do spinning shit like that. We are Roundhouse kick in the air. Nice knee to the body. Another knee. There we go to the head that time. Little tie clinch. He can grab the neck. Oh, out of the there goes that issue now. If he could have got the neck there, but and then from here, half guard. If Brandon should be kind of pushing it right back in the mount. Get in the mount right away. Wait for him to flare up, and then as he flares up, he's either gonna, attempt to fuck you off or have to turn to his back. Um, in this position, his little head pressure makes a lot more sense. It's really just to fire him down. Hernandez kind of has to move his head to kind of get any ability to kind of put effort in, and with the neck there, it's just going to waste. I'm not necessarily going for a head and arm here, but I even gave that up already too. Yeah. Um, he was starting to kind of get in the 3/4. I don't know about Jesus's jiu-jitsu, but he's if being against the cage is gonna suck because he can't really throw anything leg wise now. Yeah, the punk's spot on. He's not doing anything besides holding. He's gonna start putting that little here's the head and arm. Makes sense here. You have the left arm in, throw the short jabs. It's kind of like get him moving his head, elbows. Just run those short elbows. I mean, Hernandez is obviously waiting for the opportune time to do a jolt. It's not going to work there with the position. I would even go in this position, Brandon's right elbow again to the rib. I mean, I think Jesus realizes he wants to go for the head and arm. If he can get his right leg out and go back in the mount, that's the opportunity position again for Brandon. Uh, it's the same old as the first round, and he's being active enough that you can't stand him here. I mean, another option: go side control and again do those knees to the lower rib. Nothing from Jesus shows he wants to get out of this position. And we're in Florida, so the let's go Brandon chants are going. Again, we're waiting 4.5 minutes to go back to the head punches. 4.5 minutes to go mount. If he can get to the mount at 90 seconds left, yeah, we're good. Call it. Yeah. He did. He did get back in the head, but so they did do an updated card. I didn't even see that. Way to go, Kaposa. No, Composer just updated himself. He's still the same. Yeah. So that he did get a back of the head punch there, but that is not Brandon's fault. Jesus turned into it. Yeah. And John's kind of reinforcing that too. Yeah, not the most exciting fight, but not entirely boring either. Like I said, it wasn't the right matchup. Um, it was definitely a fight to get Brandon back in the win column, but it just wasn't enough to really like justify. But let me step out real fast. I'll be right back. Next up, we have Cedric Gunnison versus Julio Cesar Chavez. Also, again, weird to see Cedric Gunnison as a B side on this one. You have a former champion, just lost his title in it was last month, July, against Robert Watley. So, did get an interview with Cedric ahead of this one. He kind of mentioned he wants to put a performance on this one. He wants to justify why he's deserving of another title shot, while also stating Robert Watley has informed him post fight he has no plans to rematch him, which is actually something that two of his past opponents have said. I don't know if I can get no, can't get that on the show. The only other person to beat him has been Charlie Campbell. Charlie Campbell would have been a great fight back in June for the title. Ultimately, did get signed to the UFC, but in my opinion, fighting Cedric Gunnison for the title in June would have been a better offering than fighting Josh Stricker. Josh Stricker, nothing to take away from him, but he was brought in to lose to Charlie. This is the new Ariel show. No, I don't run away like a little bitch when people throw punches. My dude Mills, give Mills a little follow if you're around. He does prop picks. He does interviews for Pub Sports. Plus has his own little YouTube channel as well. Yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez. Brazil regionals. You ever look at Brazil regionals, you have to question every single thing about them. I guess, yeah, South America. Looked great in his debut. His debut was against Brandon Lopez, who just won the last fight. Um, really fun matchup. Really, This is a great matchup between both of these guys as well. Normally, you'll have those situations where, like the last one, Tyler, I'm going to send you a picture of this. Where's the link? Pathetic! Your commentary is terrible. My name is Joe. But yeah, 29 years old for Julio Cesar Chavez, 5'9", 155 even championship weight, 6'5", versus Cedric Gunnison, 28, 6 even. So about 3 inches height difference. 154.4 weight, still championship weight on the regional, and 6-2. Um, would be interesting to know reach on this one. Um, I'm expecting Cedric to really keep this standing as much as possible. Hoping Julio agrees as well. Um, Cedric is also moving down to Florida soon, so really interesting. Do appreciate him also utilizing my photo for his new picture. Yeah, dude, I have so many jokes I can say to that picture too, but I'm just gonna be nice. I think we do have to take into account he is from Brazil, so we could probably figure out where Julio's going to go. I believe he did win by. I think he kept the last fight standing. Yeah, he's down at the lab now, and then he's going to go down to. He told me what the name was, and I don't remember, but I offered him, if he needs any connections, if I happen to have him down in Florida, to reach out. I'll do the introduction if I need to. But yeah, Cedric, he won the lightweight. Was it lightweight? Not lightweight. Won the title back in April, and then wanted to defend it right away in June. No one accepted the fight. I can't say who was all. I know a few people were offered it, and no one wanted to do it. But yeah, so he eventually got the fight in September against Robert Watley, who was coming back after like a 5-year layoff, former champion, also fought for like Bellator and all. And Watley just controlled the wrestling for the entire duration. So Cedric is here to kind of showcase, you know, he's to be taken seriously. He's getting up there in the age as well. Just wants to prove that he's ready for the next level. So should be fun. I just don't know how or why you put a former champion who just lost the title on the B side. I'm not sharing that comment. If you're on YouTube, you can see Mom's Basement's comment, and that's ooh, that is not what you want to do. And that was a little worrisome. That knee could have been an ender. Really nice, cage control from Cedric so far. Cesar is kind of countering perfectly though. So again, another great ref for this fight. Eric again, who is willing to give the fighters room. It is interesting to see Cedric kind of initiating a lot of the grappling now. Nice knees. Cesar is now controlling the clinch against the cage. Nice knee to the body. Nice elbow. Nice flying knee. The slipping is interesting there. I do have to say, talking to a lot of CFFC fighters, I've heard the mat they use is slippery. I will say it has apparently gotten a lot better. I remember a handful of times where people were slipping on like the sponsor um, areas, but it's kind of weird to like let him back up and then shoot right back in. But I wonder if he's trying to get him to lean in and go for a knee. I mean, Chaves is obviously going for the knee position as well. Cedric also did make a comment to me. He wants to like have the record for like most leg kicks thrown. Another reason why you see him going like not only does that take away any like power moves, great counter back from Cesar. What was about to say? He's gonna time like a flying knee. Cedric needs to adjust his timing. Is basically what it's coming down to. Yeah, good first round. Like trying to figure. So I do lean Cedric round one. Those knees are getting closer and closer. You know, a bunch of Miley Cyrus now blasting in the fairgrounds. Those knees are like they're landing part in the right spots too. Yeah, really fun first round. And I don't think Cedric has really 6 wins, um, one by sub or 3 by knockout, 1 by sub, 2 by decision for Cedric. Cesar Chavez, on the other hand, none by knockout, 2 by sub, 4 by decision. I know Cedric's other thing was he was hoping for the knockout. He wanted to be the first person to knock him out, TKO him. So nice question mark. Nice liver kick there. Nice little leg kick. Turns one for one in the leg kicks. Takes a flying knee. I mean, honestly, at this point, if Julio has a good left or right, he could literally fake a flying knee and then go for a punch. There's a teep kick. Nice punch. The countering from Julio is like the factor here. I might. I want to say try to get that question mark kick again, but if it doesn't go as fast as the last one, Julio can counter with that like the counter right. So really didn't like that. Yeah, he hasn't liked a lot of the kicks. So nice spin to the back, grabs the back control. He's gonna backpack him here. No. Which if those obliques were going to Julio's right leg, if that's the case, this leg lock right here would be a good idea. Did Camacho win? Yes. 29-28, all three judges. That was on the porn site. Yeah. Nice spin. Yeah, he's going right back to those obliques, those teeps. I mean, oh, just throwing. Now one left did rock Cedric though. That knee's there. Whoa. Really nice throw from Cedric. And hop back, hop to the back, hop to the back. Cedric hop to the back. No, so he was rocked. This is a great way to control the last minute. He's in a nice spot where Julio can't attempt like a random like Hail Mary leg lock. Locking down the right arm or the left arm with his right knee. Does keep sliding out. Being smart too, is not trying to really just punch unnecessary because he doesn't want to lose the position. Really nice punches. Groundwork is awesome. 10-minute clapper. Eric won't stop this. This is a really great finish, though. And it's safe to say Julio is broken. Yeah, this fight might be over. This fight is probably over. That could have either been um, the oblique kicks. I mean, he's back into his feet. Eric's going to make him walk. But anything that Julio won in the first round with knees to the head, Cedric just took that. If I'm Cedric, I'm coming out and doing a leg kick right to that knee. Because you figure it was the oblique and then maybe the positioning on the ground. Yeah, definitely. I think that, and then there was some pressure applied holding that ground position too. But I mean, the damage is from That oblique. Yep, right to the back of it. There's the knee straight to it. And Cedric's a mean dude. Like, Martinez or Giannis? I'm going Giannis. I think bounces back majorly from the Rob Font fight. So I would be knee the knee. Yeah. Knee right to I would just knee right to the leg. Yeah. It's not your leg. Another comment Cedric made in our interview was all of his opponents go to the hospital. Win or lose. Either for a checkout or an actual injury. Eric, already calling in to kind of be more active. You are kind of just holding and kneeing, not really aggressive knees either. Cedric could do one of those like spin throws and won't work out. Yeah, like, and this is only a 3 round fight. So if I'm Eric, honestly, I'm separating this. Make them fight. Cedric is he young enough to get there? He is 27. So yes, um, actually probably right there at that age where they would probably grab him in for like a late notice or something. But another option here is Cedric is, obviously Julio knows he's going for the knee. Why not separate slightly and go to the head, go like a high knee now? Well, he's gonna be guarding, waiting for it to go low, and just hit him high. I mean, Punk's okay with them standing. I would separate. Like, yes, Cedric is doing enough, but nice pun there, John Morgan. There you go. Did Julio win any rounds? No, not at all. Uh, First round was closer because he had some really great knee hits, but Cedric controlled enough that they both should be his. Um, 90 seconds to go. Like, Julio needs a win, and chopping the knee over and over again is not going to go well for Julio. Um, I don't really think Cedric's going for the takedown here. I think he's really here. That leg's done. Yeah, and he did wobble him like really bad in the second. A little more probably could have taken it based on like, damage or aggressiveness, but Cedric did enough, in my opinion, to take both so far. And at 30 seconds, I don't really see this going for a finish at this point. Um, I mean, just knee from the backs. I would just keep working the knee. Obviously, something's torn there. I don't want to say fuck the guy gets the life up, but you're going for the win. You kind of want to actually force the damage. So separate and just start swinging. Yeah. Yeah. Cedric, he ain't getting up, dude. Yeah, I would not I would not be aiming at a Bellator debut anytime soon. Not even just for Julio. Um, as anyone. Um, Probably not a good idea to sign a Bellator contract right now. So, yeah. I will say, at least for Julio, I don't think that is like a complete like tear or blow out in his leg. It's definitely probably a slight injury. Not going to be probably walking really well for the next week or two. Didn't look like enough damage to really take him out. I say that, but now he's unable to really stand by himself right now. And you figure when the adrenaline eases and it kind of opens up a little bit. Yep. And so they're kind of mentioning he wanted to finish. He probably should have went for it. He's probably right there. Nice this there if you know who he's referring to. People ducking him and still going to the UFC. People not taking the fight. This guy took it. Um, should it be hard to figure out who he's talking to, who's in the UFC that he's fought? Could be broken. I don't think it's broken. I think it's going to be definitely one of those 3-letter tenants. Yeah. So, I mean, the answer doozy, even. Um, I guess one judge felt Julio got at least one round. But, eh. So, this is the walkout song he's used for pretty much all his CFFC fights, if I recall. So, some of the things I don't understand is like, so we're at 10:04 now. We have 3 fights left. So, obviously they have their UFC commitments. Kind of push the pay-per-view next week. Again, I think we're going to get the Rob Haydak talk after the next fight, or before the co-main. Next fight is CJ LaFragola versus Alonzo. Why do I forget Alonzo's last name? Alonzo Turner. Alonzo's 2-0. CJ LaFragola. I'm going to keep saying LaFragola because I can say it now. Is only 1-0. Had a really dominant performance in June. Yeah, Rob Haydak moment should be good tonight. I think they announced the rest of the year. Um, I, October 13th. We got 2 months left in the year. They're going to obviously talk about CFFC Match Day, which is their college wrestling rollout partnership with NCAA Wrestling. That starts, I think, November 4th. That runs through into next year. If you've seen Fury Grappling's battle at Bragg, it's going to be like that, but not as elaborate, I believe, because that was at Fort Bragg that had the tanks and the helicopters and all. I would basically announce this I know I've heard tickets were going on sale this week. It's Friday. I don't think it's happening this week. But at this point, throw it out there. Thing with AC, they could put AC up end of next month, early December, and it will sell out. Um, Tunica, they seem, obviously I think they gave Tunica about 3 weeks lead. Tunica is an amazing venue. I think that might actually be my favorite venue I've been to for CFFC. Size wise, AC is the best, but it's a little. Have you ever been to like a rhythm and blues or I forget the other little blues club where they do concerts and all? That's how Tunica set up. CJ LaFragola repping not only his Nicotone MMA partner walkout shirt, but the Philadelphia Phillies hat as well. And per usual, comes out to Lincoln Park. So when I was able, Mom's Basement MMA actually did an interview with him. And I don't know what was said between the two of them, but I remembered it reminded me. I actually tweeted at CJ's Ammy debut, and I basically said like I was so impressed with his amateur debut. I couldn't wait till he was out of the amateur rule set, NPA especially. Is like no elbows, no ground and pound, basically. So many limitations that it really takes away. And as a wrestler, you can't really do much on the ground at that point. So it was fun to kind of see that and then see where his career is at now. This is obviously a really fun matchup. 2-0 versus 1-0. Alonzo Turner with a slightly more experience. 26 versus 27, 5'10, 5'8, 170.6, 170.6 exact. 1-0 versus 2-0. I don't know about Zoe's wrestling at all. CJ LaFragola was a Brown wrestler. Currently assistant coach for the Drexel Hill Dragons, I recall, the wrestling team. I can almost guarantee you there will probably be a shoot within the first 25 seconds. Do like Alonzo's body language. You can tell he's ready, doesn't really care, not anything like overexcited or anything like that. CJ with the freshly bleached hair, like it's 1995. Looks like a little bit of something on his left pec. But yeah, really difficult fight for both. Tyler says he's sure he can wrestle, so I mean this could be an interesting one. I don't want CJ to fall in love with his fist, but it'd be nice for him to be on his feet a little more. So, gloves. Let's see how fast we go to a shoot from CJ. So major right hand from Zoe. CJ kind of dropped to his knee, initiated a takedown. Zoe's on top of him, right on top, in mount already. Not even 30 seconds in. Turner's on top, mount. CJ's working on a flip. He get back up. He's up to his ground. Back down. Going for the neck. Sounds like Shorty Rock in the corner telling CJ to breathe. That's who I think it is. Buzzer just went off. I hope someone won a jackpot. Referee should really be stating the fact that he is grounded. Nice top pressure from CJ so far, going and pushing against the cage, doing tag team work. Not necessarily going for the neck. Gets to take down a return. Zoe does kind of grab the neck. Not a major right yet on the neck. Zoe gives it up. You got CJ in the top position now, applying pressure. Playing with the Kimura a little bit. He is kind of grabbing the glove. Not saying he's grabbing it illegally, but I would probably keep an eye on that. Definitely wasn't on purpose. Yeah, Shorty Rock is definitely putting the work in there. If you watch CFFC for a while, Shorty Rock, not only a former champion, also fought for Brave. Used to rock the pink hair, pink shorts. Working to get them out. This is something CJ really needed to say. He didn't really have much pressure. His last amateur fight, he faced a little bit of adversity. Nothing like that. Nothing that I think he was dropped to a knee in his last Ammy fight. Did get a small cut, but that was a bad drop in the early first 30 seconds of the fight for CJ. Really nice positioning from CJ. I don't know what the language or what CJ was trying to say with his left arm there, but he got out of whatever was holding him in. Shorty rocked on him again. Get the right hook. And kind of lead with the left. Got 90 seconds left. Nice little arm position here. You try to step over. Stepped over and now pushes CJ into side control. I wouldn't. How I said about the knees in the other fight, I wouldn't say it here. I think CJ should stay posted more here. This is where his strengths are, and work the elbows versus the knees. Get him to kind of start rocking. Maybe get the mount here. Mount probably around 45 seconds, 30 seconds remaining. Looks like Zoe was the bait and throwing a triangle there. Nice elbows from Zoe. CJ just apply pressure. Watch the head kick or the kicks. Still my north-south position here. This is a great OnlyFans position right here. His last 10 seconds. Maybe I would throw the knees on from the ground now to the ribs. He is kind of turned, so it would not really hit where he would want. Yeah, definitely wants it on the ground. I would say even with the drop, I think CJ may have taken that back. Would it be against a judge saying that was the most effective part of the entire round and giving him the first round? But what I would lean CJ got it back just for control. Sounds like Punk and John are in agreement with me as well. You have to factor in that I don't even know if you call it a knockdown, but the drop. But 4 minutes of control. Was effective grappling. Wasn't any submission attempts, but it was effective grappling. Alonzo obviously waiting for that counter again. Little stumble slip on the left leg of Alonzo. He kind of did it again on the land of the kick, too. Yeah, 25 seconds in the round 2 for the first shot from CJ. So another 1-2 for this fight. CJ did get a little bit of training in that she did back in June with the upcoming title challenger, Kobe Covington. That's just more wrestling. They both gave each other a little bit of different views they would normally want to get in the gym. I mean, you can tell Alonzo does look tired. It's like he is trying to sneak in a guillotine here now, but nice little side punches. CJ trying to control his breathing here. It'll be interesting to see if that's more in. Ooh. Ah. That one sucks. Um, but right movements from CJ there. Definitely needed just that little extra space. He thought he got that. Um, he thought he could get that little space where he can get a little extra air into his body. But yeah, definitely the kind of fight CJ needed. Got dropped, looked good recovering from it, got the takedown. Um, it was a nice little movement into the actual guillotine from Alonzo. Just right there, that movement just worked out perfectly. And his leg gets locked right away. He was ready there. Yeah. And he's smart enough to not kind of realize he wasn't getting out of that and, why waste it and just go. But no. Was great matchup for both of them. Definitely one that obviously CJ is gonna be annoyed about the way it finished, but I think when he watches it back, he looked really good. Um, Especially after being dropped. So yeah, nice little good learning experience. Um, if you think about it, if he didn't lock his hands perfectly, CJ gets basically in the real top position. Probably moves into half mount, maybe not full mount, but half mount. From there, could easily throw down ground and pound. So co-main's next. I assume we get Rob now. Yeah, Fred is giving someone. Maybe it wasn't a microphone. Looked like it may have been an extra headset or an extra earpiece. It turns against an opponent also age well. Yeah, I think I said um, kind of what I said. Even on a different gym, but since he's coming up in the next fight, um, great step. Morquez Flores versus Nick Caracappa. One of those ones where both are going to learn a lot. Now, I think I will not be surprised. Alonzo Turner. He's out of Ohio. Really decent Ammy career. Now 3-0 pro. Both for LFA too, so not really anyone like low quality. I would be surprised if we don't see CJ and Alonzo meet up for training. I kind of think I felt like Alonzo was explaining what happened with the choke. I'll comment on this because they've been sharing photos. I'm not against it. So a lot of these guys, when they come back, they kind of half-ass the training. Bellator is doing like 5 sessions a day, and I'm hearing it's like it feels like he hasn't left yet, or as if he never left. And the Rob Haydack moment up here. Let's see what is announced. There's the WWE joke. So right away, okay, so we're not going to the match day yet. We're teasing that going to Vilson. Mm-hmm. Just touching on the June weight miss. Basically, get a nutritionist or move back to featherweight. All right, so they did do like a Chris Vasil interview with Tariq. Yeah, so Tariq just touching on the fact that the 1 pound event allowance missed weight last time. Um, yeah, so this is more than Tariq mentioned to me this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the finish and I'll give my comments. All right, so great points there. They did offer a 149 limit for Vilson. and the fact that obviously only one person can win the title. Vilson just said no. He walks around 152. Um, but yeah, I hope that I don't think you rebook it. Give Tariq a fight against someone else. Now going to the CFFC match day. Match day is again their partnerships with NCAA Wrestling. Looks like nine nine events starting November 1st, ending September or February 2nd. You have David Taylor from Penn State. A lot of wrestlers that are going to be really great additions to the commentary staff. Yep. So, uh, Tennessee, November 3rd, Tunica, Mississippi. Main event, Fatima Klein, 4-0 in Invictus, 120 or 115 pound, 125 pound Medusa, 135 pound finalist in Medusa. Um, my issue with this Jasmine Navarrete, who's on the opposite side of the cage, she's never made, she's only made the 115, 116 class once. So I should have an interview coming out with Fatima soon. I just have to confirm a time. I meant to reach out to her earlier. On the card, though, we do have a return from Jamel Jones. Jamel Jones, former CFC heavyweight champion, went to PFL, went 1-2 at PFL, left there for Unified MMA, won their heavyweight title. He's back to it at light heavyweight, which he has not been at in years. It'll be interesting. Morquez Flores we were going to get together for an interview on this one. Um, at one point, he did catch a little cold or something. He didn't want to stress the throat, so we didn't get the interview this time. Had a nice little chat with him earlier today or last night, I think it was, about his the face makeup that he used. So will be interesting. We got Jordan Harrington flying in from Aberdeen. You will. We've been seeing a lot more West Coast fighters come in since Miranda has joined the executive team. It's nice, really nice addition. More faces as they expand territories, like they just did North Dakota. It brings in more fighters to the contract. You kind of have to now. You have LFA traveling. Fury is kind of really just doing Texas and Colorado, and everyone else is kind of like staying in their little areas. Titan FC was supposed to have a card tonight. They canceled it 2 days ago. So a lot of questions there. You got Morquez Flores coming out with the Friday the 13th. Basically, techno remix coming out with the bulletproof vest, the Hannibal Lecter. I don't want to say still Gimp mask, but interesting match choice. So we do get the clover in the ear or the hair. I was trying to see if he had the stem that looks to be in red, if that was a ribbon or not. The inspector's not having a good time getting this vest off though. Well, no, AEW fired the people that were connected to, but no, yeah, top brother, Gracie, Brandon. Uh, CM Punk verifying he has not been fired again this year. Yeah, why did I say Friday the 13th? Thank you, Punk, for also correcting me. That MMA shark shirt in his corner? No, it's not. Yeah, I was actually really surprised when I learned he was on this card already. Him and Nick Caracapo went at it for 15 minutes. Um, in one end, Nick took his first loss of his debut, but won more than he could have in an easy win. You got 30-year-old versus 32-year-old, 5'9", 155. Exactly the same. Everything the same minus a loss in Jordan's column. That's some Muay Thai shirt he's wearing. Let me see. Yeah, like just the age. Let's see how this one goes. I'm surprised he didn't come out to like Nirvana or something from that area. Yeah. So it is. It actually has like a. I don't want to call it a skirt, but it is like a skirt type underlay as well. And that's more so. You'll see a lot of kicks from Marquez. Um, Big anime fan, and at one point I don't know if he still is, was a truck driver. Was training in between shifts. Again, I feel like I guess he is Marquez is in the red corner this time. I felt like a lot of the red corner guys were in blue tonight. Right to the back, right to the ground. Marquez trying to work his way up. Harrington trying to get back into his feet. Kind of threatening to go at the neck already. Gets out. We're back to our feet. Catches the kick. Gets his own takedown. Nice knee and a kick. Makes Jordan Harrington smile. Kind of nice little tell of, oh, fuck, that hurt. Um, nice left hand from Jordan Harrington. Flores right back to the cage, right back to the ground. Jordan kind of taking the breather, not really trying to get back to his feet quite yet. Morquez getting to the mount. That weird mount where you're against the cage is not really in control yet. Is trying to hook his legs, get to the back again. Um, Harrington is posting. Nice little nice was getting a little standing guillotine. Didn't really do much. Marquez got out of it. Back to our feet again. Jordan Harrington kind of controlling the cage this time. Nice left to right. Now Harrington just need Marquez's dick into the 12th row. Yeah, definitely just need Marquez's dick into the 12th row. Right, just a warning again, the Jordan Harrington. Touch of gloves. We're back at it. Nice body kick. Deep upper leg kick. Harrington has some nice like fist. Marquez drops him with a right. Nice rush on the bottom. Team asking Marquez to pass the guard. Back to our feet. Definitely a lot of confidence after that for Marquez. Throwing fists, throwing knees, throwing fists, throwing knees. Another takedown. Yeah, you can't. Marquez cannot be in a better spot right now. I understand. I would have let him stand, but he just has his neck, so fuck my instructions. Flatten him out. One arm. RNC so far. His fighting the hands perfectly, fighting the legs, fighting the hands. Yep, and that's it. First round submission for Marquez. 4-0. That is his first submission since last May. To give an idea, he started his Ammy career October 2021. Like a year or 2 and 5 days, 2 years, 5 days away from today. But yeah, that was the thing. He had that because he knew if he got the neck, it was over. If he didn't, he would just have really great. Yeah, and what I like to, like I said before, Eric McMahon has grappling experience. Um, if you listen to every Monday, he does a podcast with John Morgan called Cage Side with John Morgan. And my favorite part is if there's like a controversial decision or call enough like a UFC fight on a Saturday, he will talk about it on Monday from a referee standpoint. Um, it was even things like being a questionable decision, he'll give his decision, or like If you look at the Grasso Valentina fight, those knees Grasso did, where it looked like her hand was down. He explained why that was legal. So really good show. Again, cage side with John Morgan. You just get a little free insight. I did. I thought the stem of the clover was um, the breast cancer badge. Um, and again, I don't know if they actually touched on it. He debuted April 20th of this year. That was his pro debut was April 20th. This is October. This is fourth win. Yep. I don't hate that fight. Um, I don't hate. I wouldn't hate Morquez versus Cedric. So I guess I no, it was announced. It was announced. I don't know where it was announced at directly, but new main event. Chris Alvida's come in from Combat Global. Um, William Rentz 3-1. The one being a loss to Frank Wells at lightweight, which I hope Frank Wells stays at lightweight. You've seen Will Rentz if you watch any Billy Filatino's fight or Tino's fight. He's always in Billy's corner, and as you'll see, as the lights come up, Billy should be in his corner. Don't make me look like a liar. And I just realized, like, you're on the Facebook stream. The chat you're seeing are basically from YouTube. I'm gonna stop that. I'm just gonna go right to YouTube for comments because I don't really get any in from Facebook. So Will Rentz did get an opponent change. Was supposed to fight Corey Samuels. Does now have Chris Verides. I learned that today. One of those ones where even though Tariq Ishmael announced the whole fight was off, Vilson was still promoting it as a fight, so I didn't post anything. I woke up to Vilson announcing it in a lie way. So good old goat shed guy, got to come out and like throw shirts or whatever you have to do. So goat shed guys are always fun. Don't always technically agree with their training style, but you can't hate on it. They get the wins. Goat shed is room for people like I think it was like Ollie and Perez. Um, you also have Jillian Robertson down there. Jimbo Slice is down there. So definitely showboaters. They make a show out of everything too. So expect something stupid in the intro. Actually, 10:50 main event about to step out. It is weird that Will Rentz again, the hometown kid, is in the blue corner. Andrew Glenn as our referee. Main event, not title, so just 3 rounds as usual. Rentz throws a left kick, it's caught. Gets catch, gets hit with a counter. Man, Alvita is already connecting pretty well. Thought my internet just shut down, but there's OneDrive apparently. Apparently, I have OneDrive on this computer. Did not know that. Nice low kick by Rentz. Trevor Peak, standing hammer fist from Alvarez. Rentz pressure against the cage. 1 minute in. Just pressuring against the cage from Rentz. Nice little throw. And not only does he throw it, he throws away from the cage. Chris does wizard up to his feet again. back against the cage. And Chris begs to grab the cage, misses it, and Will gets him back down to the ground. Rushing in, kind of waiting for him to get his back up, locks the left leg. Looks like Chris is going to try to do a Kimura sweep. Yeah, goes there, gives up the Kimura grip. Chris heads back to his knees. Will's locking the left leg again. Loses it. Chris looks to be getting ready to burst to his feet, making sure he's grounded so he can't get kneed. Grabs the cage, no one cares. Grabs the cage again, no one cares. Chris again making sure he's mounted so he can't get kneed to the head. John read my mind, was hoping the referee would move. Back to the feet. Chris now shoots. Gets a quick takedown. Will right back to his feet. Nice knee on the break. Nice head kick. I guess it was body. It was kind of mostly blocked. Will catching on kind of what CM Punk just said too, that his like lower body is pretty open, so he goes in with the low punches. Nice left. That just a nice little jab from Alvarez. Chris back to south, or Will back to southpaw, back to orthodox. And Chris is still looking good, but I think Will is still ahead this round. Will shooting again. Doesn't get the takedown. The burrito's down to a single. Will kind of fighting it, getting the pogo going on. Back go out of it. Slight kick to the left. Wouldn't hurt if Will can get a takedown. Instead, Chris gets it. Oh, and Chris just finishes it. That's the go chat for you. And commission guys about to learn you can't really tell the go chat guys what to do. And of course, here comes the go chat props. Ashim has to get that Instagram video. I get to go chat Instagram's thing, but it's so fucking cringe. It's also really cringe to like be showboating right in front of the guy and then ask for a handshake. Yeah, nice to see the Goat Shed guys leave Goat Shed FC and Kambadi Goat Shed. Uh, yeah, I mean, not only 5 days, but it was still promoted as of this morning that Corey Samuels was in the opponent. Just a nice left. I wonder if he can pass a drug test post fight. This dude seems high as a motherfucker. That was so cool. That motherfucker's high. Uh, oh, maybe you do him versus Marquez. Yeah. Next one, 2 weeks. Um, John Stockman out, 127 main event. Fatima Klein versus Jasmine something for the strawweight title. Um, Otherwise, that good cards. don't want to miss anyone. I know DeAndre Anderson does make his CFFC return in 2 weeks as well. Jamel Jones returns as well. And then, like I said, Fatima Klein from Invicta has now UFC brand and is fighting for the vacant strawweight title. The last strawweight title holder was Elise Reed, now in the UFC. Prior to that, it was Miranda Granger, who made it to the UFC. So, should be a good one. Really good card, really good fun. It sounds like, I guess, we go back to a double Tyler from Ma's Basement MMA and myself, LFA 170. Just gotta verify my schedule's open. It should be. But thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.